Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My videos is for all English literature students who are preparing for NET and SET exam. William Shakespeare is the author of the play Hamlet. To know more about William Shakespeare, the link is in the description below. One of Shakespeare's most significant tragedies is Hamlet. The famous lines in this play have been discussed. The link is in the description below. Hamlet is set in Denmark. Hamlet tells the tale of his father's passing and his retaliation against his uncle Claudius. Characters in the play Hamlet, Old Hamlet, Claudius, Gertrude, Horatio, Ophelia, Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, Polonius, and Lotus. Claudius is Old Hamlet's brother. Gertrude is Old Hamlet's widow and Claudius' wife. Horatio, Hamlet's friend. Ophelia, daughter of Polonius and sister of Lotus, Polonius' son, and Ophelia's brother. So let's get into summary of the play Hamlet. Old Hamlet, the former king of Denmark, died. God has witnessed the ghost of old Hamlet. Horatio sees the ghost and conveys this to his friend Hamlet. Claudius, old Hamlet's brother, has been crowned as new king of Hamlet. Claudius married Gertrude, old Hamlet's widow, as his wife. There was a threat from the Prince of Norway, Fortinbras, whom Claudius avoids. Hamlet hates his mother as she married Claudius after the death of his father, old Hamlet. As Horatio tells Hamlet the appearance of ghost old Hamlet, he wishes to visit the spirit himself. Marcellus, who's a god as we know, utters that something is rotten in the state of Denmark to Horatio, his friend. After that, Lotus, the son of Polonius, is sent back to his home in Paris. But Lotus and Polonius question Ophelia's connection with Hamlet. Ophelia acknowledges that Hamlet has courted her. They stress the significance of preserving her chastity by advising her to stay away from Hamlet and turn down his romantic approaches. Ophelia cuts off his contact. Hamlet watches that night. The ghost reappears. The ghost draws Hamlet away from the others after he asks him a question. When they are by themselves, the ghost tells them that Claudius killed him so he could take his wife and throne. Hamlet is forced by the ghost to exact revenge on Claudius. Hamlet seems to agree. He makes the gods and Horatio oath not to tell anybody what they have witnessed. Hamlet has been acting in a really strange and concerning manner. To find out why Hamlet is acting strangely, Claudius calls for Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, two of his school friends, as Hamlet was acting strange. In their quest to learn the cause of Hamlet's insanity, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern avoids Claudius' words on Hamlet. Ophelia's rejection of Hamlet's love makes Polonius mad. Claudius watches Ophelia and Hamlet alone. The appearance of a group of English players seemed to be Hamlet's opportunity. Players are asked by Hamlet whether they can perform a slightly altered tragedy. Hamlet intends to perform a play about his father's death in order to determine whether Claudius is indeed responsible and whether the ghost may be believed. Ophelia approaches Hamlet, Claudius and Polonius watch from behind the tapestry. Hamlet treats Ophelia in a very brutal manner. The king concludes that Hamlet is insane for a secret reason rather than out of love for her, getting ready to perform his play, which he has named The Mousetrap. Gertrude and Claudius both experience severe upset throughout the play. Gertrude summons Hamlet to her room, intending to punish him for his allegations. Hamlet flips the script, accusing her of a most disgusting person and saying that by stooping to marry Claudius, she has degraded both herself and her father. Polonius hides behind a tapestry during their chat. At one point, he calls for assistance, fearing that Hamlet may attack Gertrude. Hamlet believes that he has killed Claudius through the tapestry, but he stabs Polonius, Ophelia's father. Old Hamlet reappears and tells Hamlet not to behave so heartless to his mother and to remember to carry out his revenge on Claudius. Hamlet exits her room, dragging the body of Polonius behind him. Claudius persuades Hamlet to tell where Polonius' body is hidden. Then he arranges for Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to accompany Hamlet to England right away. Claudius places the letter with his two friends and writes to the English court requesting that they execute Hamlet as soon as he arrives. Hamlet and his group cross Fortinbras, Norwegian army, on their way to a Polish campaign before arriving at the ship. After her father's passing, Ophelia has gone insane. Lotus brings a crowd back to Denmark and demands explanation for Polonius' passing. He is calmed by Claudius, who also persuades him that Hamlet was at fault. An odd sequence of events on the sea is confirmed by letters that arrive. Pirates ambushed Hamlet's ship bound for England, took him hostage, and made arrangements to have him returned to Denmark in exchange for ransom. Hamlet announces his return in a letter to Claudius. Lotus and Claudius determine that Hamlet must be put to death. To ensure Hamlet's instant demise, they choose to set up a battle between Lotus and Hamlet, in which Lotus' blade is covertly tainted. Claudius chooses to offer Hamlet a poisoned cup of wine during the competition. Ophelia has drowned while playing in a willow tree by the river. Ophelia's funeral begins. Because there are doubts about whether Ophelia died accidentally or committed suicide, her funeral lacks many of the religious rites. Lotus' loss on Ophelia and his father Polonius made him speechless, and he wishes Hamlet to reveal himself that he is the reason for all the causes. After that, Hamlet and Lotus part.
Hamlet tells Horatio that he faked a new letter arranging Rosencrantz and Guildenstern's deaths after learning of Claudius' scheme to have him slain in England. A foolish courtier named Ostrich approaches them as they're talking and suggests that Lotus and Hamlet engage in a duel. In the end, Hamlet agrees to this chat. Ostrich serves the referee for the duel. Claudius uses the poisoned wine after Hamlet wins the first two puzzles. Hamlet declines the beverage. Gertrude uses the poisoned cup to make a toast to her son in his place. Lotus sneaks up on the prince and injures him after a third pass also finds Hamlet. After a fight breaks out, Hamlet takes Lotus' sword. He hurts Lotus. At that moment, Gertrude passes out. She claims that someone poisoned her. Hamlet eventually attacks Claudius, stabbing him with the poisoned sword and then forcing the poison drink down his throat after Lotus, who is also dying, tells him the entire scheme. Hamlet is also dying. He requests that Horatio share his narrative and explain the scene to everyone who is watching. Along with a few English ambassadors, Fortinbras comes at the court with the news of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern's death. Fortinbras climbs the throne now that all of Denmark's immediate aristocracy has died. He makes arrangements for Hamlet to be buried like a soldier. This is all the story about Hamlet, a play by William Shakespeare. Let's get into the question.
Who utters the line, something is rotten in the state of Denmark? The answer to this question is Marcellus. For more videos like this, stay connected to Radha Sky. Thank you for watching this video.